Hey everyone, welcome. I'm Naomi, and today I wanted to show you a few of my go-to moves for working out in my kitchen. So yes, this is my kitchen. It is super messy because it's my kitchen. The countertops are full of stuff. There are pears on the floor, but still I have the opportunity to work out here. And I wanted to show you a few ways that you can maximize the space that you have to get a really solid and relatively quick workout in. Now, in my hands, I'm holding like 2 rags that I use to clean the countertops and the floor. I'll be doing a little bit of stuff on the floor with these, sort of sort of like they're sliders, right? Because my floor is a little slippery. So I'm going to use these for the slider portion of our workout. And then we're going to be at the counter and you won't need them at all. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm not doing any major warm-ups, but I do want to start with this wide-legged sliding lunge. So you can take your legs wide apart, toes point forward, heels point back, hands with the sliders gently on the floor. In fact, I would drop your rags down first so that you know that they're not going to move when you put your hands on them. And then all you're going to do is bend your right knee and slide your right hand over to the right. Then straighten your right leg as you come back to center, bend your left knee and reach over. And just do this a few times. So I'm not going to, lead you through it quite as much as I would in a more traditional instructional practice. The things that you want to watch out for are really just making sure that you're not like leaning forward into your knee, but instead hips go back as you bend your knee and your arm reaches out. That just helps you distribute your weight a little bit more evenly so that your knees generally are happier. Now you could also reach forward, make a circle and circle back, reach forward, make a half circle and circle back. And that'll give you a little bit more side body action. So I'm bending my left, circling over and coming back. And I'm going to go one more to each side. Circle over, circle back. And then I'm going to walk my hands out and walk them back in. And yes, I'm still in this wide-legged pose. I'm going to walk my hands out, sliding them out. I might even come all the way into a plank with my legs wide and then walk back in. Okay, a few more times. So I'm just walking out, sliding out, whee, and sliding back in. Sliding out. Again with my legs wide. And sliding back in. Okay, last time, walking out. Okay, and then I'm going to bring my feet in. So now I'm in a plank pose. And I'm walking back, sliding back. Okay, and then walking forward. Now the sliders are only underneath my hands. But my feet can slide a little bit more easily. Woo, that one just went forward. So I'm sliding back. Now I could go to the side and walk and slide back. As I go back, my feet have to move. I can go to the other side. You can hear in the change in my voice. I'm just walking around my kitchen. It's almost like I'm cleaning the floor. While I'm doing this, I can move my legs in different positions. You can too. So I can go side to side, sliding. I'm almost done. And then come back to center. Take your legs wide again. And just pause. Okay, pause. Because it's a lot of work on your arms. Okay, so you can give yourself a break. Take a full breath in. Full breath out, and then we're going to do one more lunge to the side with your sliders. So bend your right knee, reach over and back. Bend your left knee, hips back, reach over and back. And again, you can do this at your own pace. You can add that circle forward, just giving you a little bit more extension. Right? Circle. It's really a half circle. It's not like a full circle. And this is, in a lot of ways, just to give your arms a break, because we're going to do one more thing with the sliders. Last time, to the right and to the left. Okay, and then walk your hands out slightly. Okay, walk your feet in so you're in plank pose. Okay, now you have a couple of options here. You can take your knees down, and I'm going to do this to the side so you have a slightly better view. You can take your knees down, okay, and I'll do it knees down first, or you can do it with your knees up. But what you're going to do is slide your left arm out, so right elbow bends, and pull back in. Slide your left elbow out on the diagonal, so you've got like chaturanga going, or a push-up on the left side. Ooh, and slide back in. Slide left arm out and back in. Right arm out and back in. And like I said, you can do this with your knees up or down. Left arm goes out, woo, and back in. Right arm goes out and back in. I'm only doing one more on each side. And that's it. Okay? Now you could certainly do more. So come on up to stand. And I'm just going to take a break to talk before we get to the countertop workout. But what I really wanted to say about this is that this is just a jumping off point. These are really intended as ideas for you, right? So, you can think of the sliders, and once you've done this workout once, you can say, cool, I've done that. Now, maybe I want to repeat it. Maybe I don't want to just do it 2 times through. Maybe I want to do it 3 times through. Maybe I really like that side-to-side slider lunge, and I like the walking around, but I'm not really into the slider push-ups, right? So you can choose your own adventure. You can create adventures in your kitchen that feel good for you. You can come up with different things. You could put the sliders under your feet and move your legs around, right? We just didn't happen to do that today because I was focused more on upper body, because this is a little bit more upper body focused. Now, we're going to go to the countertop. Do you like that? Do you like countertop? So we're going to go to the countertop, and you're going to do a couple of hip mobility moves combined with a countertop push-up. So you want to sort of set yourself up so that when you place your hands on the top of your counter, your arms are straight, okay? And it's just your hands on the counter. It's not like your hands and your forearms, right? It's not your fingertips. For me, it works best when it's my palms, and that's it. Now, you're also going to have to come up, you're going to have to figure out what the best distance is. Another way to figure it out is to lean in and do a push-up against the counter. Lean in and push up. And if your hands are really far forward, you can't really get that good angle for your arms because they're going to bend out and your shoulders are going to lift forward. If you're just on your fingertips, that's probably not going to work as well either. That's why I like palms, okay? Now, the first thing that you're going to do is actually a squat. So, plant your palms on the counter, squat down, and lift your hips up. Squat down and lift your hips up. So you squat down, butt goes back. You can push into the counter for support. And then as you lift up, pelvis comes back to neutral. So you're sliding your hips back into position. It's not a thrust, so your knees don't bend and your pelvis doesn't shift forward, right? Just neutral. So hips down, hips up, hips down, hips up. Now you're going to add a push-up to this. So hips down, up, push up, and back. Squat, up, push up, and back. Squat, up, push up, and back. Squat, up, push up, and back. Few more. Squat, up, push up, and back. Squat, up, push up, and back. 2 more. Squat, up, push up, and back. Last one. Squat, up, push up, and back. Now, walk up to the counter, and this is one of my favorite things to do. It is challenging, okay, especially depending on the height of your counter. This one is about belly button height. I'm going to push down, come up onto my tiptoes, and walk my feet up as high as I can go. And then I'm going to walk back down, slowly, tiptoe to the floor. Now, if that feels like too much or your wrists don't like that, you can keep your hands there. Press your foot. So if you're standing so that just the palms and the very edge of your hand, right, the heel of your hand is right against the edge, you can bring your foot up, do a little crunch, and lower down. Other foot up, a little crunch. So you're pushing down with your hands, right, and pulling forward and down. So you don't have to do the walk up. Okay, so I'll do that again. pull forward. Everybody can do this no matter if you're doing the climb up your counter and down. Pull forward, push down with your hands, kick up like you're trying to move your leg higher up the cabinet and then down. So if that's the one you're choosing, keep doing that. Otherwise, hands here, push down, walk up, slowly, slowly, and then walk down. And we'll just do one more. Okay? Last one, push, root through your fingers, press your toes in, round a little bit through the back of your body so your pelvis is neutral. You walk up, walk all the way down. Woo. And then walk yourself back so you can stretch out through your hips. Okay, keep your hands where they are. If your wrists are getting cranky, you can come up onto your fingertips. You can make fists and push down. That can feel really good. Here's the next thing that we're doing though. You take your right leg straight back behind you. Okay, so you're balancing. And then bend your left knee, tuck your right knee behind your left, and extend back. Bend your right knee, tuck your right knee behind your left, and extend back. Bend your left knee, tuck your right knee behind your left, and stretch back. Stay lifted through the back of your body. Bend your left knee, right knee behind left, and extend back. Okay, two more. Bend your left knee, tuck your right knee behind your left, stretch back. Last one. Right knee behind left, stretch back. And then before we do the second side, we're going to walk back in, second side for that, and repeat the squats and push-ups. Okay, so squat down, up, push. And when I push, I drop the heel of my hand so it's curled over the edge so that I'm not pushing here, right? So hands on top, I'm pushing into it. Okay, then hands go back on top, squat down, up, forward, right? Squat down, up, push up. 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 One more, squat down, up, push up. And then remember, we're going to do the counter climbs. So if you want to keep your wrists out of it, stand here, pressing down with your fingers. You can even lift the center of your palm up or be on spider fingers. Pull your right foot forward. Try to pull it up as high as it'll go. And then down, left foot up, as high as it'll go, and go down. If you're doing the counter climbs, you can start them now. Right foot forward and up and down. Left foot forward and up and down. And I'll do one counter climb with you. So I'm going to push down, come up onto my tiptoes. Walk up. See how high I can get. Woo! Walk all the way down. And then walk out. So my spine is nice and long. And then standing on my right leg, left leg goes back, and I hold. Okay, and then bend your right knee. Tuck left knee behind right, and stretch it back. Bend right knee, tuck left knee behind right, and extend back. Bend right knee, tuck left knee behind right, stretch it back. Bend your right knee, tuck your left knee behind your right, and stretch it back. Two more. Bend your right knee, tuck your left knee behind your right. Take it back. Last one. Bend your right knee, tuck your left knee behind your right, stretch it back, lift yourself up, walk in, and then the last thing that we're going to do at the countertops are imitation dips. So you can turn around, heel of your hands on the edge of the counter, fingers point forward, okay? Just very gently wrap your elbows in. You're not like tightening them in and squeezing. You're just pulling them in slightly. Hands are nice and wide, so you're not trying to get your hands as wide apart as your hips. You want a little bit more space. Then walk your feet out, and you'll have to test this distance a little bit. So if the distance feels too long, then you can always come closer in, bend your knees, and come back up. Bend your knees, and come back up. Okay, you can walk further out, bend your knees, and come back up. You don't need to go into a deep sit or a deep squat. Bend your knees, really push through the heel of your hands, and come back up. Just a few more. Bend your knees, come back up, bend your knees, come back up. Last one, bend your knees, push down, come back up, and then lift your chest. Okay, stretch your chest forward, keep your pelvis neutral. And then all you're gonna do here is either lift your right knee up and put it down, left knee up, put it down, or right leg up straight and put it down, left leg up and put it down. Right knee up and left knee, or straight leg, straight leg. Doesn't matter which one you could choose, you can alternate like I am. So I'm showing you both variations. Okay, so we're gonna do one more on each leg, woo, and then walk back in, shake out your arms, give them a little shake, and we'll go through that sequence one more time, okay? But I want to give a little bit of shake there because it's a lot of work for your wrists. Now, if that feels like too much for your wrists, you can make fists instead, right? So the fist, thumb is pointing forward, wrapping your thumb in front, and it's the same thing, okay? So I'll do fists this time so that you can see it's entirely possible. Get even a little bit closer to the camera so you can see hopefully a little bit better, okay? But all it is, and again, test the distance. So you might be really close in, right? And just giving yourself a little bit more support, sliding your butt down. I've already started, so you can start with me. You can walk further out. Or you might even walk further out than that. Okay? No matter how far out you go, and notice my arms aren't bending, and part of that is because I had the fists, right? But the further out I go, the less my arms want to bend. So I have to keep neutral pelvis as I lower and lift. Okay, so just a few more. Lower and lift. And then for the last one, you're going to stand, stretch and lift through your chest. If that feels like too much, you can turn your hands out, right? Because once you're not doing those countertop dips anymore, you can stretch your chest out, lift up. And then either one knee up, knee bent, or legs straight, right? And you can pick which one feels best for you. You can alternate. You can move with me. You can move slower than me. You can move faster than me. We're going to do 2 more on each side. And then we call it good. You can ease yourself off the wall. If you want one more little stretch after that, you can place your hands on the wall. And this is just a little bit of a stretch. Right leg goes forward. Pull back through your heel. And then extend down through your foot. At the same time, push the heel of your hands in toward the edge of the countertop. And then switch legs. Left foot goes forward, right leg goes back. There's not a lot of space between my feet. I mean, they're not like just a few inches apart. There's maybe like 2 feet, 2 of my own feet in between them. So I can pull my left heel back, reach back in my hips, and then extend down through the ball of my left foot and push away. And that's just going to give my shoulders a really good stretch for me. Notice how it feels in your body for sure, okay? And that's it. That is my kitchen workout. I don't even know how long that went because I didn't have a timer. Cool, that was like almost 20 minutes. That's amazing. But I hope that you really enjoyed it. I hope that it gave you some really cool food for thought, see what I did there, for how you can work out in your kitchen, how you can incorporate the countertops, your kitchen rags, your floor, whatever you've got, just to get a little bit of movement into your day. And while this did take about 20 minutes, I guarantee if you were doing it on your own, it would not take quite as long because when you're being instructed through something, it takes a lot longer. So I hope that you enjoyed this. Let me know how it goes in the comments below. And as always, thank you so much for getting moving with me, for not necessarily getting on the mat today, but getting into your kitchen and having a really good time. I did, at least. I hope you did too. All right, have a fantastic day, and I will see you really soon. Until then, bye.